Alright, hi guys, my name's Freddie and I'm here to show you an updated version of my generative Midi device called DNA. It is based on probability, so it stores note data over 16 steps. You can click on each step individually and input notes and chords. And so there you can see the capacity of the current slot is set at 4. That means it can store actually up to 5 because 0 is counted as a number here, but that's no bother. So what you can see here underneath in the record window is that the number of entries we have filled is 5, and the one we've just recently filled is number 1. So once you get to 5, it will start overwriting. So now we've got only one G stored on that note. So when I hit it into generate, let's just speed up the tempo a bit, you should only hear that G coming out. Yeah. Whereas if I click on it again, put some different notes in, it will do different notes, as you can hear there. So that's the basic idea. Obviously music is based on repetition, so but also a little bit of the unexpected. So you can set the capacity of each note, or step rather, here for all of them, for master, or you can do it individually, locally for each step. So say for number 1 you could say I want a possibility of 6 or really 7 pieces of note data, so pitches and velocities this refers to. Yeah, so that will store them there. Each time you change the capacity, the data is cleared, so just be aware of that. So yeah, you can set individual capacities for each note. And yeah, I like personally to just start the live transport, leave it in record, and just have a jam really, and then see what the machine spits out. Okay, and so now you can see we've given it a bit of note information there. I'm going to hit it into generate. Yeah, not entirely unpleasant. So once you've got some data stored, you can go into more sort of precise editing. So here, let's start with at the top. You've got the rest percentage. So that's the chance of it not playing on the step each time it cycles round. So with a low, let's just do it like do the master control for all of them, and then bring down number 1. So this means each time number 1 comes across, it's going to play. Whereas if I turn it up to something like 40, it should. Okay. Oh, and you see, it didn't play there. Yeah, and it's not playing now. It's not playing now, and now it's back. So yeah, that gives you a bit of controlled randomness there. the higher it is, the less chance of it playing. The lower it is, the more chance of it playing. Then down the side here, you've got a velocity range slider. So at the top, it's going to be very loud, and at the bottom, it's going to be very quiet. And then ranges in between will sort of scale up depending on how loud you played the note in there in the first place. I seem to play it quite quietly, so it will sort of, yeah, stay like that. You've also got duration times here, so average duration will average what you played, how the notes you played at that particular step, the duration of them, and use that duration to generate a new note of that average duration. Fixed duration is where you can individually control the exact millisecond time of the note you want to generate. So yeah, you can flick between the two, have some on average, some on fixed, and yeah, just play around, see what you come up with. And what else? I guess that's it. First step. You can also delete what you've got stored at the steps here using clear. So if I clear it all, it should not play yet because there's nothing stored there anymore. And an audition function as well, if you'd like to sort of just bash through and see what you've got stored there. Right, so let's go back to our piece and see what we can come up with. Bring the rest percentages down. Quite nice. You can also experiment with different grooves. This one I think needs to be a bit longer. Okay, so while you're just playing with the sequences, it's quite cool to be able to go back to one of the sequences that were generated here. So if I hit onto the replay mode, so then you have access to what the machine generated and it's stored. So nothing is lost if you liked a particular one. Obviously you've got to remember the note, the sequence number, sorry. So now I've got 68 and 48 played after each other. So that's the generated sequence number 68 and number 48. Obviously there's a bit of trial and error involved, but playing around you can create a little bit of 31's obviously a dud, but so is 22, but let's go a bit higher up. It's quite nice, eh? And remember, you can edit the everything apart from the pitch in the edit window for the replayed sequence as well. So say I like it, I just want to change the volumes. Yeah, I'm doing it high for exaggeration, but you could give it a bit more dynamics. We could change the durations. And now, if we go out of replay mode, it'll go back to generating new sequences. So you might have noticed that the cycle number here has stopped, which it will do in replay mode. If you take it out, it will start generating new sequences, which can then also be brought up again. Just bring down number 1 again. That's better. Make it a bit longer. That's better, huh? So yeah, there'll be certain members, musicians rather, who'll be into this, the more geeky sort. Others who probably really won't. So I guess it's a very particular style of composer who would appreciate this sort of thing. But I'm hoping the explanation there gave you a better idea of how it works. I'm still developing the project, so any feedback related to the functionality or the design would be really welcomed, and yeah, I hope you can get something cool out of it. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Cheers, guys.